Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my May 2025 reset. I'm back again. I know you guys love my monthly resets and I love filming these. I love sharing my reflections from the past month, the goals that I achieved, the goals I didn't achieve, what habits and goals I'm setting for next month, what I'm trying to work on. And as you guys know, this year has been pretty transformative for me with my health and fitness journey, along with some other changes coming in my life very soon that I promise I'm going to share either in next month's reset or the next. I haven't decided like when I'm gonna announce these changes to my life, but a lot's changing in the next few months and this summer, and I feel like May is just going to go by so quickly, and I'm excited for it, but I'm also very sad because I don't want time to go by too quickly, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're still in April when I'm filming this. All right, so if you've never watched one of my resets, basically I go through reflection, goal setting, plan with me, and then there's an in-between, and then there's a middle segment that changes month to month, and then at the end I wrap it all up with my content corner, which is where I recap my favorite books, TV, and movies that I've been reading and watching, and just, yeah, we just get to yap for a little bit about some fun stuff. So without any further ado, let's just jump into this reset. Every month, well, and every day, I grab my daily planner. This one kind of matches me today. This is our brown coffee shade. You guys have been loving ever since it got released in the fall. And if you guys don't know, I use this to plan my months because there's a monthly goals and reflection page at the start of each monthly spread. And I also put it on the screen here so you guys can follow along. And if you want to purchase, I'll have a discount code where you guys can get a new planner in the description box, because these are undated, so you can start at any month. You can start this May 1st, you can start at June 1st. It actually would be great to start in June because it's 6 months long and undated, so you can have it for the rest of the year, but I digress. You can get it anytime. Okay, so let's start with my April reflection. Holy cow, April flew by in the blink of an eye. There's still a week left in April when I'm filming this, but still, I feel like this month was just a blur. The main core memory that I have from this month is going on a really great trip up and through the Carolinas with friends and family. So I went and visited my friend Amanda in Charleston last week, and then we drove up to North Carolina to meet my family at my favorite place in the world, Bald Head Island. It's in the Outer Banks, and I'll be going there a few other times this year, which I'm really excited for, but it was my first time going back this year, 2025, and I was there with friends and family and just had the best Easter long weekend ever. Seriously, weather was perfect. I got tan. And just got to have really great family and friend time, ate delicious food, ate a lot of ice cream bars. Like, it was just a really relaxing weekend that I'm very thankful for, and it's definitely a core memory. I also got to briefly celebrate my mom's birthday with her coming into Nashville. And that same day I got to go to an author event, which it was my first ever author event for a book I'll talk about in the content corner. And that was a really cool event. Makes me want to go to a lot more. Besides those big core memories, April was a very big hustle month for me, just in all aspects of my work. So, but I do feel like I had a good work-life balance, which is one of my wins. I feel like I hustled hard. I got a lot done in April that I know I needed to do. And I was also able to like take that little trip and spend time with friends and stuff. So I feel like I had a good work-life balance. I paid my taxes. Oh my God, so much money came out of my bank account on the 15th. That's okay. We were prepared for it, and I'm just glad that it's done. Tax season is over till next year. This is gonna play into one of my goals, but a big goal I've had for my life is to get my real estate license, and I completed the 90 hours of coursework in April, which I'll talk about it in my goal setting, but that was just like a big accomplishment that I'm proud of myself for doing. To improve next month, like I said, I think May is going to fly by and I really want to enjoy it. It's getting to be beautiful weather in Nashville. We're getting our summer weather. Like right now, today it's going to be 75 and sunny. Like it is just going to be really nice. A lot of things are like opening up, things to do outside. And so I want to make a lot of fun plans this month and just enjoy my life in May. Like enjoy my time in Nashville and make plans with friends in advance so that we can all do fun stuff and just all of that. I also want to continue being on my health grind. I have been on this like summer glow up, but really just like a life glow up series. I want to feel and look my best. I'm 25. I want to feel and look my best this year. And I have been working on this since January, and I created a summer glow up video that I put like everything that I'm doing, all my tips, tricks, what's worked for me so far into that video. It conquers everything from like, yes, what you're eating, health and fitness, to beauty, to mental health, so, and like confidence. And I put all of that into this mega video that I think turned out really well. So I'm going to link it below if you haven't seen it and you're wanting a little boost. It's nothing like, oh, you need to lose weight, oh, you need to do this, that. It's more just like a little boost of confidence for the summer or just for your life. Like, go watch that video. I think it's pretty good. Okay, now for my little life balance scale that's really fun to fill out. It just helps you rate each area of your life so you can see, where do I need to improve for the next month? Maybe I hustled really hard work-wise but didn't make enough time for friends. It just helps give you an idea of like how your life is balanced, and not saying that every month is gonna be a perfect balance, but it just to help you stay aware of how your life is veering. And so for work, I gave myself a 5 out of 5. Like I said, we did a lot for my part-time job. I started posting on my Dream Daily accounts again, which I'm really excited for. I got my real estate course done, and yeah, just did a lot. Personal, I gave myself a 3 out of 5. Wellness, a 5 out of 5, maybe even a 4 out of 5 though, because I was traveling and like did eat out a lot. But other than that, like I've been really good with my steps and my eating whole foods, high protein, all of that. Social, I'm giving myself a 4 out of 5. Finances, a 2 out of 5. I did some retail therapy, not even retail therapy. I just want, along with my whole like summer life glow up and things that I'm doing, I'm also trying to get rid of clothes that I don't love anymore, that are old, that I've had maybe since college. And so I got rid of like 2 garbage bags of clothes from my closet, and have just been wanting some new pieces for summer, and have been like planning my summer outfits and things. So I've been spending more money recently. I think it's okay for now, but it is gonna have to cut back a little bit at some point. And then hobbies, I gave myself a 5 out of 5. Even with being super busy this month, I think I made time for like doing things I love, like going to that author event with a friend. I played golf with my brother on Easter, and just doing fun stuff like that. Okay, now let's go into the goal setting. So I'm gonna recap the goals that I set for April, and then we're gonna set some new goals for May. So my big goals for the month of April: my real estate course and take the test. I finished the course, I'm taking the test still before May. I haven't taken it yet when I'm filming this video, but I'm taking it in a few days and I'm a little nervous. We'll see how it goes. I just want to take it. If I don't pass it, I can retake it. But if I pass it, it'll be a huge check before the end of the month, which will be great. A huge check, like a check mark, not a money check. Okay, number 2 is to stay consistent with getting my 10,000 steps a day and 100 grams of protein a day. I would say like 80% of my month I did this, so I'm feeling really good about that. And even if I didn't hit that 10K exactly or that 100 grams exactly on a day, I at least was very cautious about it, where I would like just even take an extra 10-minute walk. Maybe that gets me only 1,000 steps and I'm still at only 8,000, but it's like without being conscious about the steps and movement that I'm taking in a day, I would have not gone outside for those 10 minutes. You know, I would have just been like, well, I'll stay on the couch. So just being more conscious of my daily movement, and then also the protein, again, opting for higher protein snacks. Even while traveling, I would bring bars with me. I had to go make sure I had my yogurt at our house, just so I could have like some extra protein in the morning with whatever my family was eating for breakfast. Just like making those decisions and little switches, not even switches, but like additions to my life, even when traveling, really, I think helped me stay on track. And then my third big goal was to post 3 short form videos a week. I didn't count. This is on my like personal and stuff. I would say I posted at least 2 a week. So I'm gonna give myself a half check. But yeah, still trying to post a lot on my personal TikTok and Instagram, and now my Dream Daily accounts as well. My mini goals were to have 5:30 a.m. mornings, which I did. I consistently woke up before 6 a.m. Except for, you know, that traveling week. But even that week I would wake up like before, or at 7 a.m. or before. So consistent early morning wake ups. This morning got out of bed at 5:45. But this year so far, I've really enjoyed waking up and getting out of bed before 6, and just having an early start to the day makes me feel so productive. Read 4 books. I did. I'll be recapping those at the end of this video. Plan my family's Europe trip. I did not do that. We're pushing that back. So yeah, we'll put that at a later date, but as the time comes, hopefully. And then I wanted to play some golf because I hadn't yet this year. One of my goals for the year is to get better at golf and to improve my game. And I did get to play last minute with my brother, just 9 holes on Easter, but that was fun. And I was happy with how I played for not playing yet this year. So overall, that's a check. Okay, now let's set some goals for May. Let me flip on over to the next month. Okay, so I want to pass my test in May, if not April, and hang my license, my real estate license, at a brokerage. I'm gonna do a whole video breakdown of like why I'm getting my real estate license, what I'm planning to do with it, all of that, the process, how I did it, there'll be a whole separate video just for those who are interested. I know probably most of you aren't interested in this, and it's kind of like this side quest to my life right now, but that is like a big, if I can do that in May, like that is a huge life goal that I've accomplished. So that's like my number one big goal. If I only do that in the month of May, I'll be happy. But some other fun goals that I'm adding to my list are to do Pilates 3 times a week. I've, like I said, been very active, taking my steps every day, but I've only been able to go to a workout class 1 or 2 times a week. And I want to get it up to 3 times a week before the summer. And then I'm posting again on my Dream Daily accounts. Because of my life and being so busy with all my other work stuff, I realized I hadn't posted on my like Dream Daily Instagram or TikTok yet this year. And I'm like, that's crazy. So obviously I've still been like shipping out products, sending a few emails, but I really want to be more consistent on those accounts and with my business. And I think for the second half of 2025, it's definitely going to be more of a priority. So I'm excited to get back in to my small business. For mini goals, I want to eat out less than 3 times a week. Like I said, the only like unhealthy habit that I got in the habit of in April was eating out more, just like going out to dinner with friends. It's nice out. Let's go grab a margarita and some tacos. Obviously traveling a lot. May, I'm really not traveling. For the next month, I don't have any big travels, which I'm actually really excited for because that means I can really get into my routines and I can make my meals at home and be really particular about like when I eat out, where I eat out, and make the most of it. So I want to eat out less than 3 times a week. Still continuing to get my 10,000 steps a day because I've loved that goal and it's made me feel amazing. And then I want to read 3 books this month. I just know it's going to be a busy month. So we're reeling it back to 3 books and I'm going to be okay with that. If I don't hit my 50 books for the year goal by the end of the year, it's going to be okay. As you guys know, I break my goals into projects and habits. That's also what you'll see on this page. I'm not going to go into that because I talk about it a lot, but if you're interested in how I set up my goals to actually achieve them every month, go back and watch my January series. I did a whole video on like how to achieve your goals, whether it's a habit goal or a project goal, and how to identify what's what. If you're just wanting to do like a deep dive into goal setting and actually achieve some of your goals for the month, I'll link the video here on the screen and in the description box. Okay, so that was my reflection and my goal setting portion of this video. Now let's set up my planner for May and maybe make a little drink, and then we'll get into the middle segment of this reset. We're gonna make this coconut water coffee. I saw Ken Urich, founder of Daily Drills, make this like a year or 2 ago, and I thought it was so interesting, but I didn't know if I would like it. But I've been seeing it now even more on my TikTok, and so we're gonna try to make it. So I think all you need for this is, of course, coconut water of choice. I just got this one from Target, pulp free, 2 shots of espresso, ice, and then they also add in, some people add in like a little bit of a cream base. So I'm just using 2% milk, and I'm actually gonna froth this up first to make our like coffee and cream frothy. So I'm gonna do like 2 tablespoons-ish of that. And I'm not gonna add any sugar or creamer. I'm gonna try to just have the coconut water be the sweetener because it is pretty sweet. I love coconut water. And I'm using a handheld frother to like froth this up cold coffee. And this is just 2 shots of espresso with cinnamon. I love brewing like all my espresso over cinnamon. Look how yummy that looks. I feel like I'm making whipped coffee from 2020. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that because I'm making a mess. Now I'm gonna do my coconut water. I'm gonna do half of this. So we're gonna do it to like half the cup-ish. There we go. I'm gonna add in this whipped coffee and milk first. This is crazy. I also don't drink Americanos. So, wow. Literally looks like whipped coffee. Wait, that looks so good, but I don't have enough room for the rest of my coffee. Okay, let me mix it and we'll taste it. This looks so freaking good, but I need the rest of my coffee in here. So I'm gonna try to sip it down a little bit and let's just taste. Wait, guys, that's so good. Sorry, this is like a mess everywhere. I need to add the rest of this in. This is definitely gonna be like my summer coffee when I want an iced coffee in the afternoon that's like refreshing. It's gonna be like my healthy summer afternoon latte. I feel like it's a little bit healthier because there's not as much milk. It's using the coconut water, so it's really hydrating. If you like coconut water, I think you're really gonna like this, so try it out. Okay, that coffee was actually so good. I highly recommend. I drank it all down while I was figuring out my budget for the month, and I figured I would just show you guys and do my budget with me in this reset like we did last month. I kind of liked going back. I originally, years ago when I started making these resets, did my monthly budget with me's in the reset, and then I made it a separate video. And now I feel like let's just combine it for now because we can bulk up this video a little bit, and I've gotten pretty quick at doing my budgets and like talking through them with you guys. And so if you've been wanting to budget more or start budgeting, I use a really basic system. I have this monthly budgeting spreadsheet that I got from Etsy. I always link it in these videos, and I track my income, which is super helpful for me, just having variable income every month, just knowing how much I make, how much is coming in, how much is going out each month. I track my debt payments, I track my savings, taxes that I owe, all of that. And then down here is what I show you guys, my expense summary. And I like to show kind of like my variable expenses. The stuff that I spend money on that I can change month to month is really what I focus on in my budget with me's, and just trying to stay consistent and kind of talking through how each month is different based on different travels or priorities, things like that. So anyway, let me record my screen. So here is my April expense summary. I also like looking at this wheel just to see where my money went. Obviously a lot went to taxes, my debt and stuff, but then over here we have like the other categories. Shopping, guys, this month, oof, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Okay, so for gas, I budgeted $50. I spent $55. That was perfect. Lyft and Uber, the main Uber I got was for travel, so that's going to be later. The $6 was like parking somewhere. And then coffee, I don't know how I was so under budget. How was I so under budget in coffee spending this month? I budgeted $50 and I only spent $24. Maybe a few of my coffee meetings were like business expenses, so that goes on my business credit card. All of these expenses are personal expenses. They go on my Chase Sapphire preferred card that I love. But yeah, that is like my lowest coffee spending budget I've had in a while. I did travel to Charleston this month, and then I went on a family trip. So thankfully, like, my family covers most food costs, unless like I'm getting a cocktail or ice cream or coffee or something on my own. And so that kind of helped my food budget, traveling and eating out. But I did, of course, like get my own food the rest of the month and in Charleston. And I was just under budget at $244 when I only wanted to spend $250. Groceries, I was also shocked by, because I have been spending more on groceries, just like the quality of groceries, but I think I've been buying less overall. I've been making things stretch because I've been meal prepping more, eating a lot of the similar meals that like are cheaper meals, like oatmeal bowls, yogurt bowls. But I have been buying higher quality products. Like I've been shopping more at Whole Foods and Publix, and like buying organic cottage cheese, buying healthy protein cereal instead of just like normal cereals. I think I'm buying a lot of produce, and I'm making that food stretch, and that balances out me buying higher costing items. This was that whole spill, but I spent $317 in groceries and I wanted to only spend $350, so that's great. I think that's a new, like $300 is a good new grocery budget for me now that I'm trying to eat healthier. Entertainment, I always budget $50. This month I only spent $13. I went to a baseball game here in Nashville. The ticket, we get general admission, super cheap. I didn't do any beauty treatments this month, so that was $0. Shopping / personal, this is where we went over, guys. I bought this shirt from Dairy Boy. I bought, the biggest expense here that was like $200 was my wedding guest dress to my roommate's wedding. I just decided I wanted to splurge and get something really nice, and I love it. So I'm gonna get it altered too and just splurge on that. So all in, we are splurging there, but I'm really excited for it and wanted to buy something nice because I've been looking forward to it. So that was a big chunk of this, and then some Amazon purchases, a Princess Polly order, and this shirt came to $438. I will be spending way less in shopping next month, okay? We gotta bring the shopping down. Gifts, it was my mom's birthday. I spent $116 on her gifts. And then for spruce, I spent about $75 this month. I've noticed, funnily enough, since having the litter robot, which is a higher quality, higher end item, I've noticed though that I use way less litter. I would go through like a box of litter a month pretty much. Now, a box of litter lasts me like 2 to 3 months. Like it just reuses a lot. Not reuses in like a gross sense, but it filters it better than like I can by hand. And so I'm using way less litter and saving money there. So that's great. Travel, that Uber coming back from the airport, I was able to get rides to the airport for most of my trip, but then there was one Uber back that was literally $90, but thankfully I was riding with my friend Lucy, so we split it, $45. Still insane for a 20-minute drive in the middle of a Monday from the airport, but Nashville's just getting expensive. And then other, I just put $50 usually, but I didn't have any like random expenses. So my total spending for the month of April, not too bad. I was under budget, guys. I can't remember the last month I was under budget. I felt like I was over budget because I was shopping so much, but that's why budgeting can sometimes be a relief, because I was like, Hannah, you were spending way too much money this month. Then I look at my budget, and because I spent less in other categories, my shopping was fine. I'm still under budget. So that's why we budget even when you're scared to, because sometimes it can mean good things in the end. Over here I have my bills, which, you know, rent's a big chunk of money, pet insurance, electricity, water, class pass. I think I had credit, so I actually spent $0 there. I had a gift card, and then all of that, perfect. That comes to like $1,600. So before like savings and debt payments and stuff, just my monthly spending comes to about $2,900. So if you're curious. Now let's go over to May and create my budget for here. So this is where I adjust the expected amounts, and I do like to keep them somewhat similar. Even though my total income isn't super steady, with my part-time job, I do have one consistent paycheck that I get monthly, and I like my expenses to kind of know that I can pay for my rent and majority of my expenses with that paycheck, not all of them, but that's why I like to keep my expected spending similar each month. But I always question and ask myself, like, okay, what do I have coming up this month? Do I have travels? Do I have big events? Do I have weddings? Do I have things I need to buy outfits for? And so yeah, gas I think can stay the same. Lyft and Uber, maybe I'll go out once this month. Yeah, I am actually, but maybe I can have friends drive me this weekend. But I think about that, like what plans do I have? Coffee, I'm gonna bring my coffee budget down, because I think also last month I really enjoyed making a lot of my coffees at home. Actually, you know what it is too? I have been drinking less coffee, because I talked about my what I eat in a day, is that I'll like substitute my afternoon coffee for electrolytes to like help me get hydrated, help with snacking, and just give me natural energy by being hydrated rather than caffeinated. And that could have actually been a huge factor in why I spent less on coffee last month. Instead of just getting like that afternoon coffee out, I was having water. How healthy of me. Okay, so coffee I'm gonna move down to $30. Let's just see. We're just gonna test it. This is a test. Eating out, I feel like that is good for me. $250 comes down to, and one of my goals for May, as we just set up, is to eat out less than 3 times a week. So $250 divided by 4 is $62 a week, which if we divide that by 3 meals, it comes out to about $20 a meal, which is perfect. That goes with my goal of eating out 3 times a week or less. And so there we go. See how we're aligning goals with like our budget and actually seeing how that goal is going to be accomplished throughout the month and making sure it all aligns. I love it. Groceries, I'm moving down to $300 now that I've seen that I can kind of keep that bill maybe a little bit lower. I know I traveled last month for a week, so that also helped, but we're going to try to make our groceries stretch. Entertainment, I'll keep it $50. I may go see like an outdoor movie or something this month. Beauty, I do want to get my eyebrows done, so that'll be $20. Shopping and personal, I'm going to move down to $200. Gifts, I have a friend's birthday, a baby shower. I'm going to keep it at $100. I think that's good. Pet, will keep it $100. Travel. Oh, also what the travel $150 is, I actually forgot to put this in my April one. I need to adjust because every month this is something new that I've been doing this year, is I am putting aside $150 a month for traveling, putting that into a high yield savings account so that by the end of the year, if I want to take a trip like in the fall, winter, you know, Q3, Q4, I already have that savings, that travel savings built up, and I'm not like taking out a huge chunk of money from that month. So that's something new. What is it called? It's called, I've talked about it in videos before, sinking funds. Created sinking funds for gifts, like Christmas gifts and travel, so that by the end of the year I have that money already saved and it's like good to go. So, and there we go, guys. That is how I do my little budget with me's. Let me know if you like this. If you like it in a separate video or it's fine in this video, let me know your thoughts. And now let's move on to the content corner, where I recap all the shows, movies, and books that I've enjoyed the past month and give my reviews. So let's yap for a second about TV. Let's start there. You know what, guys? I have to check my notes. Did I talk about Running Point last month? Why is it so hard for me to remember? I did. Okay. The main show I'm watching right now is Survivor. Still loving this season. Really excited to see how it shakes up. It's like my favorite reality TV show that I watch every year with friends and family, or every season. So yeah, been loving that. If you're not watching Survivor, what are you doing? So good. And then I don't think I watched any new TV shows that like are out. I really just haven't had that much time for TV. And then for movies, I didn't see any. I haven't been to the movie theater in maybe since Wicked. Like I need to get back to the theater. I need a good movie to come out. Hopefully some good ones will be out this summer. I've just been rewatching some fun ones. Watched Cheaper by the Dozen with my family, so good. I watched The Ugly Truth last night, classic. Just some feel good movies. Okay, but let's get into books. So I read 4 books this month. In my April reset, I talked about how I started the Selection series, which is a series that I never read. I feel like a lot of girls read this in middle school or high school. It's a YA dystopian kind of Regency style series. So I read the first book in April, rated it 4 stars. I was really shocked at how much I loved it. I read it in like the span of 2 days. They're so easy to read. And then I was like, I don't want to pay for these books on Kindle full price. So I went to my local McKay's and bought the rest of the series for paperback for like a few dollars each. I feel like this was $9. So I think this was the second book. Yeah, book 2. I read The Elite. Again, they're super big text and not a ton of pages. So if you are looking for just like a fun, dystopian, cute series that gives like princess vibes, and you haven't read The Selection, just go for it. It's very easy. However, I did not like these 2 books as much as I liked the first one. I think I rated this one only 3 stars, and then the third book, the one, I rated 3 stars. I still have one more to read in the series. I'm taking a little bit of a break, but we'll see. I think I just can't stand the main character. I can't stand the main girl. Yeah, America. Like, she's bothering me with the way she's like going between these 2 guys in all of the books and just being very careless with herself and feelings and things. And I don't know, I like can't tell. The characters I fell out of love with, I feel like, throughout these 2 books. The overall storyline and plot I love, but the main characters I just can't like get behind. And I think that just, you know, that ruins a book. So these were fun. Definitely YA, definitely for like a younger audience, but being 25 and reading them, those are my thoughts. I'm glad I read them though. Okay, and then I briefly read a little novella. I am counting this because some of the books I read are like 800 pages. So for my reading goal, I'm gonna count the book that's like 200 pages. Okay, so I read The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. Actually, I read 2 books from her this month. And I wanted to read this because back in March, I read Just for the Summer. Favorite contemporary romance I've read in a while. I literally rated it 5 stars. It's so good. This book, I was like just wanting something quick. I read it in one night. It's like 100 something pages. And I think I rated it, I didn't even give it a rating because I feel like novellas that are that short, you can't even rate them because it's just such a quick little story. So if you're looking for a cute read, this one takes place, I think, over Valentine's Day, but it's good to read anytime. It's about like 2 neighbors that get stuck in their apartment for a weekend, and like literally the book just kind of takes place over the course of the week. And if you're looking for a cute rom-com book with a little bit of action, I will say, because the one girl has like a stalker, and so there's a little bit of that element, so it keeps you intrigued, then yeah, grab this. It's on Kindle Unlimited. The second book that I read from her is Part of Your World, because this was her first book like before Just for the Summer came out, and I have like 10% left in this book, I'm gonna be honest, but I think I'm only gonna rate this like 3.5 stars. I am not loving it as much as I love Just for the Summer, which I'm sad about because again, Just for the Summer, like one of my top contemporary romance reads in a while, and I had high hopes for Part of Your World. I think for me with romance books, when the 2 main characters get together early on in the book, it kind of ruins it for me. I'm someone who loves the slow burn, the tension, the enemies to lovers, like those are my favorite tropes. And so this one is more of like a lifestyle, like their lifestyles don't align, and it's them just trying to like work through that the whole book, because in this book it's also an age gap romance where she's maybe like late 30s, she's a surgeon, and then he is like this country boy, he's in his late 20s, and it's just like their lifestyles don't align. She comes from like medical royalty, and you know, he comes from a super small town. So fun premise for a book, but I feel like the whole book is just them going back and forth of being like, I'm wealthy, you're not, we can't work, my parents will hate you, da 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 da. I don't care. Like, it's just a lot of the same for most of the book. So that's why I'm rating it 3.5 stars. But I'm going to keep reading Abby Jimenez because I think she's going to have, I hope that she has some more that I love as much as Just for the Summer. But these two that I read this month were just fair. So the author event that I went to was Lauren Roberts, and it was for Fearless, which is the 3rd book in the Powerless trilogy. The first book, Powerless, one of my top reads of last year overall. Absolutely loved the book. It's a YA fantasy. It's the perfect description, is a mix between Aladdin and Hunger Games. Like, it's so good. It's one of my all-time favorite romantic-y books. And then I read the novella Powerful. It was cute, but sad. Reckless was the 2nd book that came out last year, and it was a good, I enjoyed it. Some people didn't. It was a little slow, but I feel like it was a good bridge to this book, which I've heard is crazy. I'm only here. So I'm not even a third of the way through. I'm really liking it so far. I will say it was kind of hard to read after the selection because there's similar aspects between where she's at in this book and the selection, like being in a palace and all that. But so I'm getting a little confused. So I probably shouldn't have done these back to back, but that's okay. I am so excited for this. And I met Lauren, did meet her. I went to her event and heard her speak. She's incredible. She's only 22. She became an author like through TikTok and Book Talk. And I'm just so proud of her. And now I'm going to read everything she writes because going to this event, I got to learn a lot about her personality and like her view of the characters and her favorite parts of writing and stuff. And it was just super cool. So I want to go to more author events and I'm going to read everything that Lauren puts out. I've had friends who have finished this book, and I'm a little scared for what's going to happen, but I'm excited for it. If you have read it, this isn't a spoiler because these characters are in the first book too, but I also love Kit. A lot of people hate Kit. The brothers are Kit and Kai. I love Kit as well. So that's just like, I feel like a hot take. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this, and I'll do my recap of this in my June reset. Holy cow. I can't believe next month it's going to be June. One of my favorite months though. All right, so that is going to be it for this May reset routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you were able to follow along with your own reset, or maybe you're going to do it now, or now you're inspired to do one after watching this video. I hope all the above is true. Thank you guys so much for all your support and love on my channel and your patience with me this past year, like just with everything going on. But yeah, I'm excited to share more very soon with you all about my life and changes and everything. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.